Welcome to our channel HD Rare Coin 111, your go-to spot for uncovering the incredible world of rare US coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies, nickels, or dimes are worth more than face value, you're about to find out. In today's video, we'll be exploring some truly rare coins and their shocking values. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's jump in. Top 1. In the vast world of American coin collecting, few coins have sparked as much excitement and curiosity as the Jefferson nickel. Among them, the 1964 Jefferson nickel holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors and enthusiasts alike. It's not just a coin, it's a connection to the past, a pocket-sized piece of American history, and for some lucky individuals, a hidden treasure worth a fortune. The year 1964 was a significant time for the United States. It marked the height of the Civil Rights Movement, the early years of the Vietnam War, and the presidency of Lyndon B. Johnson. Amidst this powerful historical backdrop, millions of Jefferson nickels were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Though they were created in massive quantities, not all 1964 nickels are created equal. At first glance, the coin may appear common. It features the familiar and stoic profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with the words, "In God we trust, liberty," and the year 1964 surrounding his dignified face. This design, created by sculptor Felix Schlag, had already been in use for over 2 decades, but in 1964, something special began to take shape. On the reverse side of the coin lies a finely detailed image of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home. While this design remained consistent, its execution varied from coin to coin. For collectors, the key to determining a truly rare 1964 nickel lies in the details, especially the steps on Monticello. A pristine strike that shows 5 or 6 distinct steps is considered a full steps nickel, and those are incredibly rare for this year. Why is the 1964 Jefferson nickel so important? Because it was the last year nickels were made with a traditional mint date before a 2-year freeze on date changes, which lasted through 1965 and 1966. The U.S. Mint, trying to prevent coin hoarding during a coin shortage, decided to keep the date frozen for those 2 years, making the 1964 issue the end of an era. Collectors quickly took notice of this detail, and interest in the 1964 nickel grew over time. Although billions were minted, only a handful have survived in near-perfect condition. Most coins from that year were heavily circulated, losing their sharp detail and fine surfaces. That's why a well-preserved 1964 nickel can be so valuable today. What makes the rarest 1964 Jefferson nickels stand out are not just their uncirculated conditions but their remarkable visual qualities. Coins with lustrous, unblemished surfaces, strong strikes, and crisp steps on Monticello are the ones that command the highest prices at auctions and among private collectors. Mint errors also play a major role in elevating the value of this coin. Some 1964 nickels were struck with rotated dies, off-center images, or even double strikes. These fascinating minting mistakes are rare by nature and bring with them a thrilling mystery that excites any collector. It's also important to know the difference between coins minted in Philadelphia and those from Denver. Coins from Denver have a small D mint mark on the obverse side, next to the Monticello dome. While both versions can be valuable, certain Denver minted nickels are especially sought after due to strong strikes and more frequent full-step examples. Grading companies such as PCGS and NGC have certified only a very limited number of 1964 Jefferson nickels with full steps at high mint state grades like MS65 or MS66. These are the coins that get the attention of elite collectors and serious investors. Once a coin is verified to meet such strict grading standards, its value multiplies dramatically. The thrill of finding such a coin is a feeling like no other. Some collectors have pulled stunning 1964 nickels from old rolls found at estate sales, coin shops, or even inherited collections that had been untouched for decades. Others have found gems sitting quietly in a coffee tin or sock drawer, waiting for someone with a keen eye to recognize their worth. And it's not just collectors who are interested. Investors are now seeing the potential of coins like the 1964 Jefferson nickel. With demand for rare, high-grade coins on the rise, the value of special examples continues to grow year after year. It's an opportunity that offers both historic value and financial potential. For beginners, it's an exciting entry point into the world of numismatics. Affordable and widely available in circulated condition, the 1964 nickel invites new hobbyists to begin their journey. But for those who dive deeper, this coin reveals a hidden world where rarity, condition, and beauty converge. Each 1964 nickel tells its own story, from the day it was struck, to the hands it passed through, to the moment it was discovered as a treasure. That journey from ordinary to extraordinary is what makes coin collecting so deeply rewarding. Imagine holding in your hand not just a 5-cent coin, but a rare piece of American history, preserved in time, glowing with mint luster, and carrying the power to change your financial future. It's a reminder that treasures don't always sparkle, they can also jingle in your pocket. And believe it or not, one remarkable 1964 Jefferson nickel, graded in outstanding mint state condition with dazzling surfaces, razor-sharp details, and the rare full steps designation, was sold at auction for an astonishing price of $152,000. Top 2. The Jefferson nickel has long been a staple of American coinage, yet among its many years of production, the 1974 issue holds a surprisingly captivating place. What might seem like an ordinary 5-cent coin to the untrained eye can, in fact, hide stories of rarity, minting errors, and exceptional value that could leave any collector stunned. The year 1974 marked a period of economic shifts and cultural change in the United States, and nestled within that moment in history was a small copper-nickel coin with the potential to unlock extraordinary worth. The design of the 1974 Jefferson nickel features the iconic profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, just as it had since the series began in 1938. His gaze is solemn, dignified, and surrounded by the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1974. This classic portrait, sculpted by Felix Schlag, continues to be admired for its simplicity and strength, capturing the very spirit of the American Republic. Flip the coin over and you're greeted by Jefferson's stately home, Monticello, rendered in clean lines and bold architecture. This is where the real test of detail lies. Collectors pay very close attention to the stairs leading up to Monticello. Known as the full steps detail, this tiny section of the reverse can elevate a Jefferson nickel from a mere pocket change piece to a high-value treasure, if all 5 or 6 steps are fully visible and strike sharply defined. The 1974 issue was struck at 2 mints, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia coins have no mint mark, while the Denver issues can be identified by a small D near the right side of the Monticello dome. Although both versions were produced in large numbers, only a rare few were struck with the kind of precision that delivers the perfect full steps detail. That's where the excitement begins. What makes the 1974 Jefferson nickel particularly valuable is not just its design, but its scarcity in perfect condition. Most nickels from this era were heavily circulated, tossed between hands, dropped into vending machines, and forgotten in jars for decades. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is rare, and finding one with full steps is even rarer. But there's more. Some 1974 Jefferson nickels were produced with striking errors or planchet defects that were never meant to leave the mint. Double strikes, off-center strikes, or die clashes can turn a regular nickel into a true anomaly. These minting mistakes are usually caught during production, but occasionally they slip past quality control and make their way into circulation. When discovered, they often create a bidding war among collectors. The value of these coins continues to grow as more people enter the numismatic world. Collectors and investors alike are searching for coins that stand out, coins that are not only rare but hold historical and artistic value. And the 1974 Jefferson nickel fits that mold perfectly, especially when preserved in top condition and certified by major grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Some of the most valuable 1974 nickels are those graded at MS65 or higher, and with full steps. These coins are so sharply struck, so well preserved, that they appear almost untouched since the day they were minted. They exhibit brilliance, luster, and precision that most nickels from that time simply don't possess. Let's not forget that the nickel's composition itself tells a story. Made from a copper-nickel blend, it was designed for durability, but also as a cost-effective solution compared to more precious metals. Yet, despite its humble composition, the value of certain 1974 nickels far exceeds the materials used to make them. It's the artistry, rarity, and condition that give this coin its true value. Imagine coming across one of these coins in an old collection, coin jar, or a relative's forgotten stash. A simple glance might not reveal anything unusual, but a closer inspection under the right light or magnifying glass could unveil a shimmering gem, a coin with the potential to change your life. Many coin hunters today still search through rolls of nickels from banks, hoping to spot that one gleaming example. The thrill of the hunt is a major part of the appeal. Every 1974 Jefferson nickel pulled from a roll could be common, or it could be one of the rarest examples in existence. As more and more high-grade specimens are locked away in collections, their availability dwindles. This makes the rarest examples even more desirable in the eyes of serious collectors and numismatic investors. It's a reminder that coins are not just currency, they are collectibles, artifacts, and even investments. Some lucky individuals have already struck gold, or rather, nickel. There have been reports of jaw-dropping prices paid for extraordinary 1974 Jefferson nickels, especially those that combine high-grade, full steps detail, and beautiful surfaces. These coins are no longer just pocket change, they're treasure. It's fascinating how a coin that once quietly passed from cashier to customer can end up at a prestigious auction, commanding attention and admiration from collectors around the world. It shows that value isn't always obvious on the surface. Sometimes, you need to look deeper to uncover the story, and that brings us to the crown jewel, the finest known 1974 Jefferson nickel with razor-sharp full steps, exceptional luster, and a perfect mint strike. This one-of-a-kind piece didn't just wow collectors, it shattered expectations at auction. The final hammer price for this extraordinary 1974 Jefferson nickel was a staggering $131,000. Top 3. In the fascinating world of coin collecting, every once in a while, a coin comes along that seems ordinary on the surface but holds a secret value that can shock even seasoned numismatists. The Jefferson nickel 5 cents from the year 1995 is one of those coins. At first glance, it looks just like the millions of other nickels minted that year. But dig a little deeper, and you'll discover a world of rarity, error, and numismatic intrigue that transforms this simple 5-cent piece into a collector's treasure. The year 1995 wasn't particularly monumental in the timeline of American coinage. The Jefferson nickel had been in production for decades, and by then, it had become one of the most recognizable coins in circulation. Featuring the distinguished profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Monticello home on the reverse, the coin was familiar to everyone. But sometimes, it's the familiar that holds the greatest surprises. The Philadelphia and Denver mints struck hundreds of millions of these nickels in 1995. That massive production would normally mean low collector value. However, a tiny fraction of these coins escaped the mint with incredibly rare features. These are the coins collectors dream of finding, the ones with unique errors, superior strikes, or astonishing condition. And those rare varieties have made headlines in auctions and private sales across the country. Let's talk about what makes a 1995 Jefferson nickel stand out. First and foremost, the quality of the strike. Collectors seek examples with full details, especially on the reverse side. If the steps of Monticello are crisp and fully struck, with 5 or 6 clear, uninterrupted lines, referred to as full steps, that coin instantly becomes more desirable. Most 1995 nickels didn't come this perfect due to worn dies and high-speed production. So, finding one with full steps is already like finding a needle in a haystack. But there's more to it. Certain 1995 Jefferson nickels were struck with die varieties or minting errors. Double die averse, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or even unusual die clashes have all been discovered among this year's issues. These minting anomalies dramatically increase the coin's value and appeal, especially if the error is visually striking and certified by a reputable grading service. condition also plays a massive role in value. Coins graded MS65 or higher are considered mint state, and if you add full steps to that, you're looking at a potential jackpot. These high-grade coins shine with luster, show no wear, and display perfect detail. They are the crown jewels of any Jefferson nickel collection. Collectors often submit their coins to grading services like NGC or PCGS to have them officially evaluated and encapsulated. These graded coins fetch significantly higher prices, especially when the population of such coins is extremely low. A top-graded 1995 nickel with full steps can turn an ordinary collector's day into something unforgettable. Another detail to keep an eye on is the mint mark. The D from the Denver Mint and the lack of a mint mark from Philadelphia each have their own rarities. Sometimes, overpolished dies or worn-out machinery can lead to weakly struck areas, particularly on the Monticello steps. A coin that escapes such imperfections is an instant standout. Imagine finding one of these rare nickels in your pocket change, a forgotten coin jar, or inside a roll from the bank. It happens more often than you'd think. That's what makes coin hunting so thrilling. The chance that one small discovery could be worth thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. What's even more exciting is the fact that many people overlook Jefferson Nickels, especially those from the 1990s. While attention often goes to older silver coins or flashy state quarters, the Jefferson series quietly holds some incredible gems. That's why dedicated collectors never stop searching. The 1995 nickel proves that even recent coins can hide tremendous value. This particular year has become increasingly popular among modern collectors. As more people get into the hobby and learn about full steps and mint errors, demand rises. Coins that once sat unnoticed in drawers are now making their way into high-profile auctions and fetching unbelievable sums. One can only imagine the thrill of holding such a valuable coin in hand, knowing that it was once just a piece of pocket change. It's a reminder that coin collecting is more than a hobby. It's a hunt, a passion, and sometimes even a reward for those with a keen eye and patience. The story of the 1995 Jefferson nickel also reflects the importance of education in numismatics. The more you know about what to look for, strike quality, mint marks, errors, die varieties, the better your chances of discovering something rare. And it's that knowledge that turns an ordinary coin into a life-changing find. Today, coin collectors are more connected than ever, sharing finds, tips, and photos across forums and social media. The 1995 nickel has gained attention in these communities for its surprisingly high values when found in pristine condition or with unique errors. Every new discovery adds excitement and increases the mystique surrounding this seemingly modern coin. So the next time you come across a 1995 Jefferson nickel, don't be so quick to spend it. Take a closer look. Examine the details. Check for those perfect full steps. And most importantly, dream big. Because tucked inside that ordinary 5-cent piece could be an extraordinary story waiting to unfold. And believe it or not, one such magnificent specimen of the 1995 Jefferson nickel, graded with flawless full steps, sharp detail, and unmatched eye appeal, recently stunned collectors by achieving a jaw-dropping auction result. That single coin was sold for an astounding $75,000. Top 4. In the thrilling universe of coin collecting, some of the most unassuming coins turn out to be the most astonishing. One such piece that has sparked curiosity among collectors is the Jefferson nickel 5 cents from the year 1999. To most, this coin is just another everyday change jingling in pockets and coin jars. But hidden among these common nickels are rare examples that have shocked the numismatic world with their value and story. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, but the 1999 issue holds a unique place in modern U.S. coinage history. It was one of the last designs before the 2004 and 2005 commemorative westward journey nickels temporarily replaced the classic Monticello reverse. Because of this, the 1999 nickel quietly marked the end of an era, and that alone makes it a bit special in the eyes of collectors. What makes the 1999 Jefferson nickel truly fascinating, however, isn't just its historical timing. It's the presence of extremely rare minting errors, pristine strikes, and high-grade conditions that elevate certain examples into a whole new level of value. These are the coins that inspire collectors to examine every nickel that passes through their hands. One of the standout features collectors seek in a 1999 Jefferson nickel is the coveted full steps designation. On the reverse of the coin, where Monticello stands proudly, the steps must be clearly defined, showing at least 5 complete and uninterrupted lines. Achieving this level of detail is surprisingly rare due to worn dies and the sheer speed of minting operations. If a coin from 1999 exhibits full steps along with brilliant luster and flawless surfaces, it becomes a top-tier find. These coins are often certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, which assign them high grades such as MS66, MS67, or even MS68. The higher the grade, the more desirable and valuable the coin becomes. Another layer of intrigue surrounds mint errors. In 1999, a small number of Jefferson nickels were struck with defects that occurred during the minting process. These include off-center strikes, double dies, and coins struck on defective or wrong planchets. These kinds of errors instantly transform a regular nickel into a one-of-a-kind specimen with significant collector interest. Even more exciting are the nickels that exhibit combinations of rare features: a high-grade strike, full steps, and a minting error. These multi-trait coins are virtually impossible to find in circulation, and when they do appear in auctions, they often draw fierce bidding wars among collectors. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for uncirculated 1999 nickels. Uncirculated coins retain their original mint luster and show no signs of wear from circulation. These are the examples that usually yield the highest grades and values when sent in for professional grading. Because the coin was produced in large numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, most people assume it's too common to be valuable. But what many don't realize is that population reports show very few 1999 nickels in high grades with full steps. That rarity, hidden among billions of coins, makes the hunt even more exciting. It's a testament to the dedication of coin enthusiasts that so many continue to search through rolls and jars for that elusive perfect nickel. Stories of individuals finding high-value Jefferson nickels in bank rolls or inherited collections keep hope alive and inspire new collectors every day. What's also remarkable about the 1999 nickel is how it bridges 2 generations of collectors. Those who grew up with the classic Jefferson design see it as a symbol of consistency and tradition. Meanwhile, younger collectors are discovering it through online auctions, YouTube videos, and social media communities, adding new energy to the hobby. As with all valuable coins, condition is everything. A 1999 Jefferson nickel with even the slightest nick or dullness can drastically lose its value. That's why top-graded examples are so precious. They're not just rare, they've survived decades in nearly perfect shape, against all odds. Coin experts emphasize the importance of certification, especially when it comes to high-value nickels. A coin graded by PCGS or NGC not only proves its authenticity but also gives potential buyers confidence in its condition and market value. This is especially important when the value reaches tens of thousands of dollars. And speaking of value, the market for modern coins has been heating up. As collectors begin to appreciate the difficulty of finding perfect examples of newer coins, prices have climbed accordingly. The 1999 nickel is a perfect example of how a common coin can become an extraordinary asset under the right circumstances. What once seemed like just another coin at the bottom of your drawer could turn out to be a miniature fortune. That's the magic of numismatics, the treasure hunt, the excitement, the moment of realization when you discover something truly special. Imagine the thrill of pulling a coin out of circulation, sending it off for grading, and learning that it's one of the finest known examples. For many collectors, that's the ultimate dream. And for a lucky few, the 1999 Jefferson nickel has made that dream come true. So what should you do? Start looking. Check your old change, go through those rolls of nickels from the bank, and pay attention to every coin you come across. You never know what treasure might be waiting quietly among the everyday. And just to show you how surprising the world of coins can be, one exceptional 1999 Jefferson nickel, struck with full, sharp steps, gleaming with mint brilliance, and certified as one of the finest known, was recently sold in a private sale for an incredible $53,000. Top 5. In the world of coin collecting, it's often the oldest coins that grab the most attention. But every once in a while, a modern coin bursts onto the scene and makes collectors take a second look. That's exactly what's happening with the Jefferson Nickel 5 cents from the year 2023. At first glance, it might look like just another shiny coin fresh from the mint, but there's more to this unassuming piece than meets the eye. The Jefferson nickel has long been a staple of American currency, dating all the way back to 1938. For over 8 decades, it has carried the dignified image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the iconic Monticello on the reverse. But in 2023, the design remained familiar. What changed was the story. This particular year has quickly become one to watch for serious collectors and treasure hunters alike. What makes a 2023 nickel stand out? It's not just the fact that it's new. It's about the quality, the precision, and most importantly, the presence of rare errors and varieties that have shocked even experienced numismatists. While millions of these nickels rolled out of the Philadelphia and Denver mints, only a handful possess the specific traits that can send their value skyrocketing. Many of the 2023 nickels that have gained attention come from early mint runs. These coins were produced using fresh dyes, meaning the details on Jefferson's portrait and the steps of Monticello were crisper, sharper, and far more defined than typical circulated examples. A coin in this flawless condition is a prime candidate for professional grading, and potentially worth a small fortune. One of the most sought-after features on any Jefferson nickel is the full steps designation. This refers to the clarity of the steps at the base of Monticello. On 2023 nickels, achieving full, uninterrupted steps is not easy. Most coins suffer from weak strikes or die wear. But a 2023 nickel with full, clear steps stands out dramatically and draws heavy interest at auction. But it gets even more exciting. Several 2023 Jefferson nickels have been discovered with rare mint errors. These are the real hidden gems. Collectors have reported nickels with off-center strikes, double dies, and even die clashes that occurred when the coin blanks were improperly struck. These errors are incredibly rare and almost impossible to find in large mintages, making each discovery a significant event. For those searching through pocket change or buying fresh rolls from the bank, the 2023 nickel presents a real opportunity. The coin is recent enough that many pristine examples are still in circulation, but rare enough that finding an error or high-grade version feels like hitting the jackpot. That blend of possibility and rarity is what makes coin collecting so addictive. It's also important to note how quickly the coin market moves. What might seem like a regular coin today can become a valuable rarity tomorrow. In just a few short months, high-grade examples of the 2023 nickel have started to gain traction in the collector's market. Some coins certified by grading services as MS68 and higher have already reached impressive sale prices. Another factor that adds to the coin's desirability is the growing interest in modern coin errors. Collectors are no longer just chasing the classics. They're scouring recent years for new mistakes that slipped past the mint's quality control. The 2023 Jefferson nickel, with its combination of a classic design and fresh production quirks, fits that demand perfectly. It's also worth considering the role of social media and online marketplaces. A single rare coin can go viral overnight, with collectors bidding aggressively once a standout example hits the spotlight. That's exactly what happened with some rare 2023 nickels. From being plucked out of pocket change to being auctioned online, these coins have traveled quite a journey in a short span of time. One particular coin, discovered in uncirculated condition with razor-sharp detail and a dramatic die error, became a sensation. The collector who found it had simply been roll hunting on a quiet afternoon, proof that valuable coins can still be found by anyone with a sharp eye and a little luck. The demand for these coins shows no sign of slowing down. As more collectors enter the hobby, the spotlight continues to shine on modern rarities. And the 2023 Jefferson nickel stands tall among them, offering both mystery and value to those willing to search. Beyond errors and condition, there's also the thrill of being the first to discover a new variety. Some 2023 nickels show signs of minor variations in strike or detail placement. While not yet confirmed by grading authorities, These possible new varieties are generating buzz in online forums and collector circles. This buzz has led to an increase in submissions to grading companies, with more and more collectors eager to see if their 2023 nickel might be something special. And occasionally, those coins come back with a surprise, a grade that stuns even the experts, and a value that turns heads. Many people underestimate the value of newer coins. But the reality is that rare modern issues like the 2023 nickel are gaining ground. Their availability, combined with their untapped potential, makes them perfect for beginner and advanced collectors alike. If you're holding on to 2023 Jefferson Nickels, now is the time to inspect them carefully. Look for strong strikes, mint luster, full steps, and anything unusual in the design. Even the smallest error could mean a big payout if your coin turns out to be one of the rare elite. The Jefferson nickel continues to be a symbol of American coinage tradition, and its 2023 issue has proven that even in the modern age, there are still treasures to be found. For those who love the hunt, this coin represents the excitement, discovery, and value that define numismatics. And for one exceptionally rare 2023 Jefferson nickel, found in flawless condition, struck with precision and possibly featuring a mint error, the final sale price shocked the collecting world. That one little 5-cent coin sold for an incredible $9,000.